settlement and no doubt repastoralization as kind of historical kind of thing shifted. So I guess that ultimately, just because we've depended on these divides for so long, and they go back to Ibn Khaldun, they go back long before. To what extent do you find, based on the new research that we're doing, that these just remain still useful?
I mean, you know more about this in a sense than we do, because as I say, archaeologically, it's very, very difficult to pick up. And if you look at even the historical Tuareg behavior, as you know, there are groups that are cattle pastoralists, there are groups that are sheep pastoralists, and they're quite distinct, but they control oases, they have people working for them. We don't know at Gadama whether it's the oasis sending out and controlling, as it were, the pastoralists. But how do you know that there aren't pastoralists controlling Gadama? But the imbrication of the two is very complex and real.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I mean, I'm not certainly trying to say there are no pastoralists and it's all oasis dwellers. These groups are, are both there, but they're interlinked with each other, and they always have been. And the problem with the colonialist view of saying there's this pastoral, thinly occupied landscape out there is it's taken away part of that relationship, and it gives a rather false impression of what those pastoral groups are up to. They are absolutely tied into these oasis communities. How do you get these goods across the Sahara that we're talking about, or how do you get the communication between these isolated oasis communities if you don't have involvement with pastoral groups who are the people who know the landscape in between and have often the animals that are going to be able to make those journeys?
Sure. Guy Chile produced 10,000 foals a year, according to
100,000.
You're right.
John.
Thank you both for these very stimulating papers, and I'm going to attempt a not very well formulated and probably poorly articulated question-comment that really addresses both of you, I think. If I'm remembering the maps correctly, Lisa, I'm thinking first about your Gaetulian band, if you'd like, stretching from Siwa all the way to the Atlantic as a significant linguistic band that separated a coastal area from that slightly inland border. And where that band passes through what's now Tunisia, I think, Tom, did this not correspond more or less with your coastal versus inland isotope analysis? With about the same chronology as well. So what I'm wondering, to put the question to both of you in a way, is if the